have we completed the downward movement by achieving this target here, or are we still to see a push to the downside below the current low and move towards 0.08? Looking at the chart, it does seems like there is a chance. Now zooming into the 4-hour chart, it actually shows us that the price may actually start moving back to the downside soon. If you see value in the video, please do hit the like, subscribe and the bell notification icon to get notified about the future videos. This one from CKJ shows the interesting potential of the fintech players. Now if you listen to this, you'll actually get an idea, just 10 seconds of it.
I think this is going to be the week that we see fintech come in and maybe even save the day. You know, the next 2 weeks are critical for America's small business owners, as you know.
So she's directly stating like, you know, fintech may actually come in and save the day because next 2 weeks are going to be critical for a small business in America. So looking at what is happening around the world, it's gonna be fintech players coming in to reduce the friction and deliver the money. So it's not, I'm not saying directly it will be Ripple, but what we can see is that research is actually going on in the background and they are actually pointing us towards October. Now in our chart analysis previously, we actually saw something related to August, September, October 2020, right? And in their roadmap, the stage 3 for cross-border settlements, cross-border payments is coming by October 2020 as you see here. But here as you see the assessment stage, which is the stage 1, then the stage 2 building blocks. So they are actually considering that the updates and everything which are going on by 2020 July, they are going to complete this G20 building blocks. Now by October, they will actually submit this report to the G20. So what is this about? Again, this is about the cross-border payments and refining how it is actually affected. Now the interesting factor here is they are not actually looking at, you know, the store of value coins like Bitcoins. They're actually looking at something which is, you know, regulated, like AML, anti-money laundering, and CFT, counterfeiting for financing and terrorism. So they are actually looking for a currency which is abiding by all the regulations. So that's actually cool. Now what you have to understand is this one is kind of tweeted out by Ripple, and you can see the next one from XRP Crypto Wolf, how it actually reflects. This one is kind of directly related to that. Ripple itself states that this partnership with the largest bank in the country allows us to get the settlement time from 24 hours to 22 seconds. So think, and company is actually directly stating that with the partnership from Ripple, we are able to do this. And you actually have to highlight this area to settle the payments. It's not they are doing the payments, because the payment has two sides, right? The messaging and the settlement of the payment. So here they are doing settlement, means they are messaging and settling the payment. That means they are using XRP for sure. Now this is again Western Union. Previously the chief of Western Union, chief of Western Union actually stated that they are looking at it, but you know, they are not seeing that much of an efficiency, that much of cost benefit for them to implement this. But they are again coming up and saying we are not actually giving up on the potential of this digital asset, whereas we are continuing to test this. If they don't, for sure, their lunch, dinner, breakfast, everything will be taken out by companies who are getting into the runs on Ripple tag. So that's going to be the future. Now this is another one from James Rule XRP. He's actually showing you that the world's finance ministers and central bankers are gathering. Now the IMF issues, as we used to say in the previous videos, then the central bank digital currencies and World Bank members, you know, all the finance ministers are actually coming together. Now they are actually meeting with 189 members. So think, if they're coming out and stating something, that's gonna be kicking out interest in digital assets. And we're actually seeing that this from minting coins is actually showing that the open interest in this one is actually showing, and the spark is actually in starting. And you have to actually think, when we were actually looking at the charts, we just saw that the price is actually moving to the downside. So if people are actually coming in at this time and they are being kicked out, then think, the chances are that those smart money will actually accumulate a lot, and the small investors will lose a lot of money. So that will likely take a lot of time to improve the current aspects of crypto. Now there's another article from Dooms Defio. He's actually showing that the investments in India is kind of increasing. The chances that Indian rupees may come into the SDR is actually increasing. So when we actually go into that article, we kind of see this, that the global order is about to shift, because they actually think that dollar is considered as a safe asset to hold, considered as. So it's kind of going to change. So if the rupee is going to be listed in the SDR, the basket of currencies which is supported by IMF, say dollar, yuan, yen, euro, like that stuff. If rupees is going to be added into that, you have to understand that more than 50% of banks in India is already ready with the infrastructure or the plumbing with XRP. They already have the softwares, they already have upgraded all the computers there. So the chances are that now, as we know, that many of the countries like Japan, India, US, Europe, they're actually working with Ripple. The central banks are ready with them. They are happy with them. We just heard from one of the giant bank in America, Bank of America, stating that we are working with this company and this is giving us a lot of advantage. So if that's the case, they're going to actually come out with an asset which can not only target cross-border payments, but also solve their frictions in their economy. They can use that for sourcing liquidity, taking out money from the dormant capitals and use it to solve the current problem. If you see value in the video, please do hit the like, subscribe and the bell notification icon to get notified about the future videos. Help the channel grow, reach out to more of our community members.